બધા પ્લીઝ મ્યુટ કરી નાખો.
Okay, muted.
Ji, thank you. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Nur Maulana Shah Kareem Al Husaini Hazir Imam, Hazir Imam. Ya Maulay Mehraban Madad Farma. Ya Maulay Mehraban Madad Farma. Ya Maulay Mehraban Madad Farma. Madad Farma. Ya Rahman Ya Rahim. Ya Rahman Ya Rahim. Ya Rahman Ya Rahim. Ya Rahman Ya Rahim. Nur Maulana Shah Kareem Al Husaini Hazir Imam. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Tawfiq, Tahid, Himmat wa Yari Maula. Ya Maulay Mehraban, हम गरीबों की मदद फरमा मौला. या मौला अपने नूर से, अपनी शफकत से, अपनी हिदायत से हमारी मदद फरमा मौला. या मौलाए मेहरबान, रहम कर, करम कर, फजल कर मौला. मदद मौला, मदद मौला, मदद मौला, मदद मौला. तमाम साथियों को एक बार फिर याली मदद. आज આપણે કન્ટિન્યુ કરશું આપણે જે પ્રીવિયસ સેશન હતો સેમ ટોપિક, લેકિન આજે આપણો ફોર્મેટ થોડો ચેન્જ હશે. આપણે જે રાઇટ્સ એન્ડ રિચ્યુઅલ્સ છે જેના બારામાં આપણે ચર્ચા કરવા શરૂ કરેલી આપણી ફર્સ્ટ સેશનના અંદર, અને આપણે જમાત ખાના થી અગર શરૂ કરીએ તો આપણે જોશું કે not only our rites and rituals which are normally our dua, our tasbiyat, niyaz, dua karani, chanta. Sometimes we add other tasbiyat, for example, satara, tasbiyat, chandrat, etc. First of all, within our rites and ritual and within our Jamat Khana ceremonies, which include voluntarism. The voluntarism, why is it so important in Islam, in humanity, and especially when it comes to our Deen-e-Haq. Deen-e-Haq. Normally when we talk about voluntarism, we do not think of it as our qurbani, our sacrifice. So I would like to talk about this for a couple of minutes, and then we will identify one khidmat which is above all other khidmat. Khidmat as a qurbani. Khidmat as a qurbani. So let's say, example, and we heard and we listened to many times. Again, it is not that we are proud people, it's just a lack of knowledge makes us that way. For example, હું તો 35 વર્ષથી જમાતખાનામાં વોલેન્ટિયરની ખિદમત કરું છું. You just ruined the entire khidmat of 35 years. તમે બોલી ને પોતાની ખિદમતના માથે પાણી ફેરવી દીધું. What does khidmat require? What does qurbani requires? Humility, humbleness. So, if we take two examples back to back, the person who has ilm, and then when he or she does a khidmat, and when you would ask, કે ભાઈ હું તમને રોજ જોઉં છું તમે કેટલા વર્ષોથી ખિદમત કરો છો, you know how he would reply with ilm? હું ક્યાં કાંઈ ખિદમત કરું છું, આ તો એમ જ છે. કાશ હું કોઈ ખિદમત કરી શકતે જમાતની, મારા મૌલાની. Without the ilm. The second person, without the ilm. અરે ભાઈ તમે કેટલી જમાતાની ખિદમત કરો છો? And he will reply, હા હું તો 35 વર્ષથી નહીં 36 વર્ષથી ખિદમત કરું છું. મારા મા બાપ બી કરતા હતા, મારી બેન બી કરતી હતી, મારા મા બાપ બી કરતા હતા. આ તો મારો ખાનદાની પેશો છે. Do you see how ilm changes moment, heart, his language, his action, his way of talk? It gives humility. And khidmat and qurbani requires ajizi, humility. Let me give you the example of Mullah himself. Mullah serves the Jamat 24 hours a day and says, I have nothing more significant in my life but to serve my Jamat. He uses the word serve. And on our side, what language do we use? Oh, આ તો મારો ખાનદાની પેશો છે, હું તો 36 વર્ષથી ખિદમત કરું છું. You see, and that is due to the lack of knowledge. Now, let's see what Imam is doing compared to what we are doing. And again, I would ask you to ask yourself a question. When you go to Jamat Khana, what is the first person do you normally run into other than those Jamati members who you meet in your parking lot in London in the underground? I'm not talking about that, but the person at the door, a volunteer. Let me ask you a question. How many times have you said, thank you, bhai, for your khidmat? Thank you, my sister, for your service. You know what Mullah does? Mullah said, I appreciate, I see you. Those are the words Imam used for our volunteers, our khidmat guzar. May it be uniform or not uniform. How many times? Honestly, ask yourself. As a moment, the first thing we should need to learn, and we must learn, that your attribution toward the khidmat guzar should be Yali Madad, number one. When you say Yali Madad to a volunteer, you know what you are doing? You are acknowledging his khidmat. You are saying, as Imam said, I see you. That's exactly what the word Imam used. I see you. When the volunteer opens the door for you, you just don't budge into the door and just run into the Jamat Khana. You say, Yali Mother. And in your Yali Mother, there is a great sawab for you, for him or her, and you are saying, I acknowledge, I see you, I see what you are doing. And then it's okay. Thank you for your service. Thank you for your great service. So you see, it's a two-sided. Our side, and if you are volunteer, then you are on the other side of that door. Humility. કાંઈ નહીં એમાં શું છે તો હે ને ઓલાએ ખિદમત આપી છે કોશિશ કરું છું ઉમ્મીદ છે કે હું સારી તરહ કરી શકું I'm trying my best. Inshallah, if Imam gives me tawfiq ta'id and yari, I will be able to do more khidmat of the Jamaat. Inshallah. I'm trying my best. I wish I could get better. See, the language different. Now, out of all the khidmat, you know which one is the best khidmat? And there may be some folks on this line, and it may be in your Jamaat Khana, this khidmat has been removed, taken away from you. Again, due to the lack of knowledge. You know what is the greatest khidmat in Jamaat Khana? The most humble khidmat in your Jamaat Khana? Shoes company. Correct. Shoes company. You will find professor, you will find doctors, you will find business owners, rich and poor, elders and youngs, men and women, without any hesitation, will pick up your shoes, clean, dirty, smelly, rainy, wet. They will pick it up and they will put it in the right place. They will safeguard it until you return back to your shoes. That is the best khidmat. If they understand this, okay, again, without the ilm, what you are doing, you are giving the khidmat, but because you are not understanding, you are receiving 1 penny on a pound. કાઠિયાવાડી આવો ધંધો ના કરે આ તો ફુલિશ ધંધો કહેવાય કે પાઉન્ડ ની જગ્યામાં તે પેની લઈને જાય આ કાઠિયાવાડી આવો ધંધો ના કરે એ તો પાઉન્ડ ની જગ્યા 2 પાઉન્ડ લઈને જાય. Am I right? Only if they keep their humility and understand the khidmat in front of them. If they see the khidmat in front of them, and for us on other side of the shoes company, Yali Madad, and thank you for your khidmat. Acknowledge their service, because that is what Imam is doing. Should we not be following Imam? Ask yourself, how many times in last 1 year, last 1 month, have you acknowledged the volunteer in your Jamaat Khana and you have said, thank you for your service? If your answer is never, or not this month, or not this year, then inshallah, starting today, we can do that. And that is part of your humility and your humbleness. Because remember, there are three kinds of mu'minin comes to Jamat Khana. One who comes and leaves without any gain, any benefits. Second, they come and they take the sin with them. Third, they come and they take the sawab with them. If you start your Jamat Khana journey by entering into Jamat Khana with the name of Mola, Ya Ali Madad, thank you for your service. You know what you are doing? You are already on the road to earn some good deeds. તમે already સવાબના ભરવા માંડ્યા પોતાની જોલીના અંદર. Because you started right. Now you're going to meet at least 5, 6, 7 volunteers. You already said Yali Madad, Yali Madad, Yali Madad 7 times. You see, your journey has begun correctly. Now, let's talk about after you say Yali Madad and thank you to person in your shoes company. And I hope you have a shoes company in your Jamat Khana. Because for whatever reason, not understanding, they have removed the shoes company service. Shoes company is there, but service has been removed. The greatest service that teaches a moment humility. જે નમ્રતા શીખવાનો દરવાજો હતો ને એ આપણે દરવાજો જ નીકાળી નાખ્યો. And that was shoes company. Then you come to Nandi. Over the years, I have received so many questions on Nandi. Some good question, some not so good question, some innocent questions. So we're going to talk about innocent questions. That why in the Nandi we have to give money? Very innocent question. Remember, we are still talking about Kurbani. આપણે ગુજરાતીમાં કહે છે કે નાંદી મફત ને પૈસા ધરમ. આપણે સાંભળ્યું હશે, નાંદી મફત પૈસા ધરમ. Never take the nandi as you are buying the nandi. You know, nandi is the food, the dinner for the imam. I don't care how rich you are, you cannot buy nandi. You cannot buy nandi. So when you are taking the nandi home and when you are giving some money, the money is for your sawab and the nandi is free. That's how we have to think about that. I'm sure somebody is already thinking, but Aziz ba, amara Jamat Khana ma to nandi ma mara mari ne upar jai manaso. There's nothing wrong with that. If they wanted to do a greater khidmat, let them. Be happy for them. Don't backbite. એની ચિંતા કરવાની જરૂર નથી આપણને. અગર એને $1 ની નાંદી $1000 લેવી છે, good for him. Be happy for him. One time, in one of the big madlas, normally, you know, our sufra goes for, let's say, 10,000 in American dollars. But at this one time, we were blessed by 2 rich families in our Jamat Khana. and Nandi went for close to $100,000. And someone asked, તમે જોયું બે પૈસા વાળા રેડી પડ્યા ઓલો કે હું ના નીચે મોઢું કરું ને ઓલો કે હું મારી ગરદન ના ઝુકાવું. Yeah, there is one way of looking at it. How about we look at the other way? The one said that I am willing to give everything I have for the Imam. Are you willing to give everything you have for the Imam? How about we say their love for the Imam was much greater than the value of the money. 100,000 was nothing at that point. 100,000 was nothing at that point because their love for the Imam was much greater. Why don't we think positively for them? And remember, when they do Awal Sufro, all the sawab goes to the Jamat and Ruhani members. It's not for them. It's not for them. This member of your Jamat just gave $100,000 for your prayers, your sawab, and Ruhani sawab. See, positive thinking. How do you bring the positive thinking? Through ilm. I don't think that we are paying too much attention to our kriya, our rites and ritual, our actions, and then what we bring in our mouth, our words. You know what they say, right? If you think wrong, it will come out of your mouth. Your words will be wrong. If you think positive, your words comes out of your mouth positively. We should appreciate them instead of criticizing them. We should think positively for them. You will say, but I know for sure they were in competition and they are always fighting among those two families. Okay? By saying this, how did you benefit from their fight or their good deeds? મને કયો કે તમને ઈ સોચવાથી ને ઈ કહેવાથી શું સવાબ મળ્યો? તમને શું ફાયદો થયો એ લોકોના ઝઘડાથી, એ લોકોની બેક બાઇટિંગ થી? એ લોકો $1,00,000 આપ્યા તમારા માટે દુઆ કરાવવા માટે. તમે શું કર્યું? If you don't like it, how about you bid 100,000? You will not be able to do that. શું કામે કે $1,00,000 નીકળવા માટે આટલું મોટું દિલ જોઈએ, રાઈટ? આટલો મોટો જીગર જોઈએ $1,00,000 નીકળવા માટે. વાતો કરવી આસાન છે, લેકિન remember, you are not looked on by the Imam favorably because you are backbiting a moment, your brother, your sister, in your Jamat Khana, in the presence of the Imam in your Jamat Khana. You are talking bad behind their back. What is the Imam's farman? પોતાના દીન ભાઈની ક્યારે ગિલા ગિબત નહીં કરજો. We all heard of this farman. I'm not teaching anything new. We all know this. But then we do it again and again and every day. Every chance we get, we do it. All right. Now, after the Nandi, so you understand the difference between Nandi, Memani, Awal Sufro. Nandi, you take the food home. Memani, you are presenting a nazrana to the Imam. Awal Sufro, you are offering a dinner plate to the Imam Zaman on the behalf of the Jamat. Is this clear to everyone? Nandi, Memani, and Awal Sufro. Then comes the second, which is Hai Zinda and Kayam Paya. We had talked about this in the past, few weeks ago. If you believe that Imam is present in the Jamat Khana, then call out Hai Zinda. You are reaffirming your Shahada, your Bayat, your promise to the Imam Zaman. And someone sitting inside the Jamat Khana who believes, remember I'm keep repeating this, if you believe and if they believe, they say Kayam Paya. But if you say Hai Zinda without believing that Imam is present in Jamat Khana, then you can call Hai Zinda all day long. It would not make any difference. Do you believe? If yes, say Hai Zinda. If you're sitting in Jamat Khana, if you do believe, say Kayam Paya. Then I find Imam to be living and present in the Jamat Khana, and they reply, I also find Imam living and present in the Jamat Khana. Hai Zinda Kayam Paya. Now, different people have different preferences. Some do their dua karani first, before the dua. And that is the only reason most of the people go to Jamat Khana early. So they can ask for the forgiveness of the sin, and then they sit for their dua. Compared to others, prefer their dua karani afterward. So I asked a person who normally comes to Jamat Khana very early, but I don't see him going to Mukhi Sahib at the beginning of the Jamat Khana for dua karawani. And there is an argument could be made on both sides. So I asked him, just for my learning, not that there is anything wrong with it. I said, what is the reason you do your tobo, your dua karani at the end? भाई ये बहुत जबरदस्त आंसर है पो कि આપણે જમાત ખાનામાં આવીએ વાતો કરતા હોઈએ ઘણી દવા બદનજરી બી થઈ જાય ઘણી દવા કોઈની ગિલા ગીબત બી થઈ જાય તો મોલા બાપાએ કીધું છે તમારામાંથી ઘણાય છે ને અહીંયાથી ગુનાઓની પોટલી ભરીને ઘરે જાય છે મેં એનો એક રાસ્તો નીકાળ્યો શું રાસ્તો નીકાળ્યો ભાઈ કે હું બધા જેટલા ગુના કરવાના પેલા કરી લઉં પછી આખરીમાં તોબો કરી બધા ગુના માફ કરાવી ને ઘરે ચાલ્યો જાઉં મેં કીધું બહુ સારું હા આ તો બહુ જબરદસ્ત તમે પોઈન્ટ કીધો. What a great way of thinking. Did you hear what I said? This gentleman replied when I asked that you come to Jamat Khana so early. Just for my knowledge, I'm just trying to learn. What is the reason that you wait until after the Jamat Khana, almost until the end of the Jamat Khana, and then you go to Mukhi Sahib to do your tobo, your dua karani? It's just for my learning, not that there is anything wrong with it. He knows that I delivered these lectures, and sometime for that, for my own understanding and learning, I asked question. And he replied, he said, Mullah has said, there are a lot of people come to Jamat Khana and then they take a lot of sin with them. So he said, I found a loophole. I said, Acha, please do tell. He said, I found the loophole. So I come to Jamat Khana, I talk in Jamat Khana, sometimes I joke in Jamat Khana, sometimes even badnazari happens, my eyes wander here and there. Sometimes I even do backbiting, gossiping. We are all sitting here, we are talking. So I found a loophole. So what I do all of those things first. And then at the end, just before I leave, I go to Mukhi Sahib and I ask for Tobo Guna Bakshwani. Mara badai guna maaf karavi lau. I ask for all my sin and forgiveness, knowingly and unknowingly. Then I go home pure. I say, wow, what a great thought. What a great way of finding a loophole. Then I said to him, now how about this another thought? Let's just kick around a different idea for a second. 2 મિનિટ માટે આપણે એક બીજી આઈડિયાને વિચારીએ કે આપણે જમાતખાનામાં આવી આખા દિવસના જે ગુના કરેલા ને પેલે એની માફી માંગી લીધી પછી પાક ઓ પાકીઝા થઈ એકદમ સાફ દિલ સાથે કોઈની પંચાયત કોઈની બદનજરી કાંઈ બી ના કરતા આપણે મોલાને હાજર અને નાઝિર જાણી ને જમાતખાનામાં બેસી ને દુઆ બંદગી તસ્બી કરીએ તાકે આપણે જ્યારે ઘરે જાય તો આટલા બધા સવાબ લઈને જઈએ તમારો આના વારામાં શું વિચાર છે તમારો શું વિચાર છે આ આઈડિયાના વારામાં So I said, how about let's kick around another idea and see what do you think about that. Then we come to Jamat Khana. At the very beginning, we ask for the forgiveness of all the sin that we could have committed during the daytime. Then we can sit in the Jamat Khana with a pure heart, with a pure mind, with a peaceful, pure heart. And then think of Imam living and present in the Jamat Khana. And with that understanding, we do our dua, tasbih, ginan, farman, niyaz, and everything. And we do not talk about anyone, no gossiping, no backbiting. What do you think about that? For a second, for a minute, he did not reply. He didn't say anything. So मैंने पूछो तुम्हारा શું ખ્યાલ છે આ બારામાં? Because he could not answer, so I said, હું તમને એક ફરમાન સંભળાવું. શાયદ તમે આ ફરમાન સાંભળ્યું હશે પહેલે. મોલા કહે છે કે 3 કિસ્મના જમાતી મેમ્બર છે જે જમાતખાનામાં આવે છે. એક ઈ છે કે જે જેવા આવે છે તેવા ચાલ્યા જાય છે. એક ઈ છે જે ગુનાહ લઈને ઘરે જાય છે. ત્રીજા ઈ છે જે સવાબ લઈને ઘરે જાય છે. તમારી આઈડિયાના અંદર તમે ક્યાં ઉતરો? પહેલામાં, બીજામાં કે ત્રીજામાં? Now he instantly was able to calculate. He said, I come into that one that comes and go home empty-handed. Because the only thing I really wanted to do was come to Jamat Khana and socialize. And then everything that I did knowingly, I knew I had committed so much sin in Jamat Khana, I would ask for forgiveness and I will leave and go back home empty-handed. What is this example I'm giving you? To give us a second thought. And how does this second thought come? When we have ilm, when we are able to see things clearly, when we are able to understand clearly. None of us are children. We are all adult. But even then, for whatever reason, we are not able to see things the way they are. Maybe we are just too busy in our own self that we are not able to see anything on the other side. If we can see things clearly, and you know it is okay, even if I'm 50, 60, 70-year-old, or if I'm a young man, a young woman, and if I don't understand something, asking question is the best way to learn things. And when we learn, the hope is that we will do better tomorrow. Whatever happened yesterday, Mullah will forgive us. I would not worry too much about it. Whatever happened from this point back, Imam is merciful, you will find him merciful, and he will forgive you. Don't worry about that. Moving forward is in our hand. What happened is already done. But going forward is in our hand, and with the ilm, we can make our future better as far as our tariqah goes. Now, in our future next classes, I'm sure we will have a lot of other questions that would come. So today we have already covered Niyaz last week. So today we're going to cover some of the majalis for a second. If I would ask someone on this line, and I'm sure most of you would know, that there is only one single majlis which is compulsory and required of Ismaili. And which majlis is that? Only one majlis. And that is Chandrat majlis. Chandrat majlis. None other majlis, not even Baitul Khiyal, is required or faraz on us. When does Baitul Khiyal becomes required and faraz on a Jamati member? When he or she goes to Imam and say, Mullah Bapa, now I'm serious about my life. I wonder and worry about my soul. I would like to elevate and come closer to your nur. I would like to have your didar. Please enroll me and give me Isme Azam. If you bless me with your Isme Azam, I promise to come to Baitul Khiyal Ibadat. Now that's a promise between you and your Murshid, your Imam. Imam promises you. Imam also promises you. What is Imam promise to you? You know, just like a bayat. Bayat is a two-way promise. You say in bayat that I will always follow the Imam of the time. I will always follow the Farman of the Imam of the time. In return, Imam says, as the Imam of the time, I will always will guide you. I will always will give you Farman. I will always take you to the higher places. That's the promise in our bayat. Just like that, in the Bethul Khiyal bowl ceremony, there is a bayat, there is a promise that takes place. On one side, you said, I promise that I will do ibadat if you would give me a blessing of the Isme Azam. And Imam says, if you fulfill your promise of the ibadat with the discipline, with the understanding, if you give the qurbani, again, what comes qurbani? Of your time and your sleep, no excuse. હું રાતના મોરે કામ કરું ને સવારના ઉઠી ના શકું. But કાલે સવારના ફૂટબોલની ગેમ હોય ટીવીમાં 6 વાગે સવારના તો આપણે ઉઠીને બેસી જાય. અડધી રાતના 4 વાગે બી હોય ને મુલાનો ઘોડો ચાલતો હોય તો આપણે ઉઠીને બેસી જાય. ઇબાદત બહુ થાકી ગયો છું. We have, you know, one time jokingly I said in one of the sessions, I could make so much money if I would collect all the excuses our Jamat makes for not coming to Jamat Khana, not studying their dua, not coming to majlis, not coming to ibadat, not doing whatever. If I would start writing all the excuses, I can write a book on that. I can make a lot of money. Because we have more excuse than anyone, any other Jamaat I know. All kind of excuses. We have championed it. આ ખાલી હું એના માટે નથી કહેતો કે તમને ક્રિટિસાઇઝ કરો, હું તમને જગાડવા માટે કહું છું ખાલી. નારાજ નહીં થાજો મારાથી. This is not a criticism. This is just to call you and to awake you. When we promise to Imam, and we remember making their promise to the Imam, then Imam promises that if you fulfill your promise, and if you come into the ibadat, if you come and recite your Isme Azam and bowl, then I will bless you with my nur. I will bless you with my didar. I will come closer to you. You come 1 feet, 1 step closer to me, I will come 100 steps closer to you. You rise yourself 1 step, I will come down 100 steps closer to you. That's Imam's promise. Otherwise, you know, we could never reach his ruhaniyat, his nur, his didar. But look how gracious, merciful our Imam is. That even in this age, he runs around all over the world to bless you with his didar. You see that? That's how merciful our Imam is. Inshallah. So let me stop here. Think about, and this is subject we're going to continue, and that is the subject of majalis. Only one majlis is Chandrat. If you can think of what is the reason that Chandrat majlis is compulsory, required, necessary, part of our daily rites and ritual, part of our Shariat, where all the other majalis are not compulsory, not required. Matter of fact, you have to come especially on a different time to join those majlis. When Chandran Majlis is with the Jamat Khana ceremony on the Chandran. And Mola says, you must, every member of the Jamaat must enroll in Chandran. Think about it. Why so much emphasis on this Majlis? And I will stop here. I had received a question earlier before the class. I will go ahead and say this about that question. That this question is from a Ginan. I wish you had asked this question in our Ginan session, but you already told me you are not present in Ginan session today. So let me write down this excuse again. What was your excuse, sir? Oh, you were out of town somewhere virtually. Let me write down in this book of mine, because if I write this book, I'm telling you, I can make a lot of money with all the excuses we have. So with the lighthearted, I'm joking with my friend here. And his question is a nice question, actually. It is about the Ginan. So he puts two thoughts in his question. Very thoughtful question. You know what that is? He's asking. In our Ginan, the Ginan is Ale Ali Islam Shah Raja Allah Wo Hi Imam. That my Imam is the king of the king, and he is Ali Allah. On other side, Imam in one of his interviews says that think of the Imam as the manifestation of Allah. And my brother is asking, how do we understand these two different concepts? Actually, it's not two different concepts. It's a one single concept. And let me show you how. I'm going to use my own example. I am, to my daughter, I am father. To my co-worker, I'm a colleague. To you, I'm a teacher. To you, I'm a friend. To my sister, I'm a brother. To my mother, I'm the son. But there is only one fact. And what is that fact? That I am AZIZ RAJPARI. That is the fact. Just like that, Imam with his nur is Ali Allah. In his humility, humbleness, he says, I am the manifestation of Allah. What does it mean, I am the manifestation of Allah? Let's talk about me again. My soul, I am the manifestation of my soul. So what does that make me? AZIZ RAJPARI. If Imam is the manifestation of Allah, what does that make him? That makes him Ali Allah. You see that? Imam uses wise, wisdomful language. Ali Allah, the concept of Ali Allah is correct, but within our batini tariqa. But when we are outside the batini tariqa, Imam is the Imam. Imam is the manifestation of Allah. You see, wise, use the correct language at the correct place. Do not use the wrong language and wrong words at the wrong place. આપણે કહે છે ને આપણે પોતાના વચ્ચે આપણે આવીએ ગુજરાતીમાં કે જેવી વાત જ્યાં કરવાની હોય ને એવી જ કરવાની હોય. તો જ્યારે આપણે બારે વાત કરીએ ને બારે કોઈ સાથે વાત કરીએ ને ઇમામને ડિસ્ક્રાઇબ કરવું હોય તો ઇમામ ઇમામ છે. ઇમામ વધારે અલ્લાહનો મોજીઝો મેનિફેસ્ટેશન છે. લેકિન આપણે જ્યારે જમાતના અંદર વાત કરતા હોય તો ઇમામ અલી અલ્લાહ છે. જોયું ક્યાં પર વાત કરે છે? જેવી રીતે આપણે મિસાલ લીધી ને કે મારી દીકરી મને કહેશે પપ્પા, લેકિન મારી બેન મને કહેશે ભાઈ, મારી માં મને કહેશે બેટા. Depending on who you are talking to and from what side you are looking at him. If you are joining our Sunday morning class, your afternoon class, we are talking about the very subject. How do you see him? Do you see him as a human, as a imam, guide, as the Noor of Allah, or as Ali Allah? How do you see him? That is the session going on every Sunday morning. G. So let me stop here. Now, let's see in our comment box. Thank you for letting me open this comment box today. I can see this. Tasbih in the Majlis says, Rohani membro jo kul gunah maaf kar, etc. Why only membro? What about other member of the Jamaat who have not joined the particular Majlis? Okay, so with your permission, I would like to correct and rephrase your question. First of all, which Majlis are you speaking of? Because if you don't tell me, if we are talking about the Chandrat Majlis, are we talking about the Ruhani Majlis? Are we talking about Baitul Kal Majlis? Are we talking about Naumi Majlis? Which Majlis are we talking about? Let's say you are talking about, just an example, I have no idea which Majlis you are talking about. You are talking about Naumi, 5 Sal, 12 Sal Majlis. Because those members have enrolled themselves in their Majlis, then the dua is given and taken for those enrolled member. I agree with you 100%. In your heart, you should always pray for everyone in the Jamaat. If that is your question, I absolutely agree with you. That our heart should be big enough and clear enough, and we should always pray for everyone in the Jamaat. If that was not your question, please rephrase and I will try to answer it again. Second question is it okay and counted if we do bandagi at home instead of going to Jamat Khana? I live 1 hour away from Jamat Khana. Oh, let me write down this excuse. I live 1 hour away from the Jamat Khana. My brother, I'm just saying lightheartedly. Absolutely. Imam has given us easy way to do ibadat. You go to Jamat Khana when you can. Try to go to Jamat Khana when possible. But if you cannot go to Jamat Khana, if you are living this far away, I wanted to use Shirazba here on this line. And I'm sure, I don't know if his brother is online or not right now. Shirazba has a brother. He used to live in Taylor, Texas.
Yeah. 3 hours drive from Houston.
3 hours he would drive to Jamat Khana, sometime twice a day.
Because he was
No
looking.
excuse. No excuse.
True.
તમારા ભાઈને introduce કરાવો.
My brother
Rosmin
Zul,
and Zul.
he used to live in Houston, in Taylor. He had a business.
And Mukhi Sahib in Houston.
He was
Jamat Khana.
Houston Mukhi Sahib, and he was made. And he
And
didn't relocate.
what about your other brother? He was also living in Tyler and came to Austin every day.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll note.
Don't forget that.
Yeah.
You see? But in the all seriousness, if you cannot, it is better to not give any excuse and try if you can. But if you can't, do your ibadat, fulfill your promise of the ibadat. And Mola is so merciful, and you will always find him Rahman and Rahim. He will not hold that against you. If that's what you worry, that Imam going to hold this against you, no, he will not. He will not hold that against you. Because I truly believe that he is the most merciful, Rahman and Rahim. Don't worry about it. All right. Any other comments or question?
Yes, Aziz sir, somebody is asking, just texted here.
Ji.
Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, what is the reason for reversing this tasbih? To Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali. What's the reason of reversing?
No reason. No reason. So let me answer this first question. But that's a beautiful question. So not take away from this question, and you can ask your part 2 question.
Okay.
First question should be, and I truly apologize for fixing your question, because you have given me permission. Because if you don't ask me good and complete question, only thing you will receive is half-hearted answer. And you do not want that from me. You'd like me to give you complete answer and correct answer. So let me fix your question first. First ask me why or what is the reason we say Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, when in our bayat we say that I will follow the Imam Zaman. Should we not be saying Kareem, 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 Kareem? See, that should be the question. And that would be a great question. Because our bayat is to the Imam Zaman. But we are saying Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad. That should be your first question. So let me reply to your first question first.
Okay.
And then I will answer your second question, which is, why do we reverse Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali? Okay. When we say Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, we are saying the father of my intellect and the mother of my soul. We are calling upon the father of our intellect and the mother of our soul. First we say Ya Ali, where Ali is the Imam, Ya Muhammad, the mother of our soul, the Peer. When we reverse that, we are saying at the time of the Natik, Muhammad was the father of our intellect, and Ali as an Asaz was our mother of our soul. So what we are saying, so now I'm going to change the word from Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali to, O father of my intellect, O mother of my soul, O mother of my soul, O father of my intellect. That is Ya Ali, Ya Muhammad, Ya Muhammad, Ya Ali. Now, how come we don't say Kareem, 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 Kareem? Right? Again, we must understand this concept. The Noor is one and the same. The Noor Muhammad and Noor Ali is present in the Kareem today. If I call him Ali and Muhammad, that would be correct and right. Because Imam is Ale Nabi, Olade Ali. The Noor-e Nabi, the Noor-e Ali is in Shah Kareem today. I'm not saying this. Let me give you the Farman. The very first Farman of Imam Aka Sultan Muhammad Shah Salawatullah Alayhi, may my soul be sacrificed to that Imam, says, do not think of me as a small child. I am the Noor-e Muhammad and I am the Noor-e Ali. Does this answer your question?
Thank you. And her second question is, I don't know if I should ask you, but she's written it here, said it here. Do Hazrat Imam and his family go to Khana? Which religion do they follow? My daughter says Hazrat Imam always lives before the time of dua, and does his family.
So let me answer in a different way, because you are asking for a child. I think you are asking for a child, but it's a good.
It's one of our members. She's sent this message.
Okay. How do you see Imam? See, that's where your question should come from. For the children, Imam is nothing but a human like you and me who needs dua, bandagi, ibadat, needs to go to Jamat Khana, needs to do everything we need to do. Right? Is how do you see Imam? So how do you explain this to a young member? First, you ask them a question. When you say that does Imam go to Jamat Khana, let me ask you, how do you see Imam? And that's how you make them understand the position of the Imam. I'm going to give you a great example. Hopefully, it will help you and when you're trying to explain to others. Look at the sun outside. You see how bright that is? Look at the sun. What makes sun? What gives light to the sun? A sun in himself, in itself, is bright and light and complete, or does sun also needs a light? Scientifically, we can say the sun in himself is bright, light, and complete. He does not need a light. But look at the moon. Moon is also bright, but it needs a light of the sun. That is the example of the Imam and the Murid. Imam in himself is the complete Nur, complete Nur. Because when we say Imam goes to Jamat Khana, that means he is still trying to struggle and is trying to complete his Nur. He's trying to be one with Allah. So what is the first question should be? How do you see Imam? Ji.
Thank you very much. Thank you, sir. Very nicely explained. Thank you.
Can I make a comment, sir?
Sure.
Sir, another excellent, as usual, I mean, very nice session we had.
Shukar Alhamdulillah. Remember, maru ilm to mola bapa ni merbani che.
Exactly.
Ki apne aaj બધું શીખાડીને આપણે અહીંયા બેસાડે છે.
અને પોતે બોલે છે તો જીબડીમાં પોતે બેઠીને બોલે છે આપણે.
Yeah, otherwise I would not be able to answer any of this. It is all his blessing that we combinedly can do this. It's not me, it's not you, we are combinedly are able to do this.
And it is your hard work. And it is your hard work, sir. It is your hard work. Mola karave છે. તમે પણ share કરો છો ને.
Can I tell you some fact? You will never find more lazy person than me. I'm the most laziest person you will ever find.
That's why he always breaks the questions and puts them in different parts to make it easy.
Easy for myself. Gee, so next question was,
Yeah, shall I
Jamat Khana
continue?
is the best place for ibadat unless it makes it very difficult for whatever other reason. That's what I think. Okay, so there was a comment. Jik, Shirazban,
Okay,
go ahead.
so on that subject of the joke that you made, that you're writing a book and you'll make more money, can I suggest just another joke, that you keep one page special for genuine reasons? I can assure you, you'll only need one page, but you will probably need about 999 pages for the other joke. So, sometimes the joke, the reasons we give are genuine jokes. Reasons. So you keep one page aside for the genuine and non-genuine.
Can you give me one genuine reason?
Yes, I went to the funeral. I stayed with my today, so that was a real genuine reason. I couldn't just, it was a family one. So, sir,
I will put
another.
that in between the genuine reason and
Yeah.
go
But
ahead.
we'll only need one page for the genuine reason. Sir, we started this about volunteerism and how people say, okay, oh, 30 years I've been doing this, and arrogance and everything comes. I think I read it somewhere that there was a surah in the Quran, and that is the only surah which has been mentioned about a person, and his name, I looked at it in my file today, and it's called Surah Lahab 111, and he is the only person in the Quran named by the name in the ayat, and he was so arrogant and so used to show off for all the things that Allah specially sent a special ayat on him to teach people that you must never be arrogant or show off, to say, oh, I've did this and I've did this, and whatever good things that you do, your right hand should not, your left hand should not do your right hand. I don't know whether I'm wrong in presuming that, there is a surah.
No, you are absolutely right. There's another thing that we should never do, okay? And I'm going to pick on Farida Bai now. I picked enough on you. So, मैं पूछूं Farida Bai ne, and I'm just picking on her, okay? I'm just using her as an example.
As a joke.
No problem.
Yeah, as an example. Farida બેન કેમ આજે થાકેલા લાગો છો? કીધું અઝીઝભાઈ તમને ખબર છે ને હું 3 વાગે ઉઠી જાઉં ઇબાદત કરવા માટે. અરે ભાઈ મેં તો તમને એમ નહોતું પૂછ્યું તમે કેટલા વાગે ઉઠો છો ઇબાદત કરવા માટે. She could not wait to tell me that she wakes up at 3 o'clock in the morning for the ibadat. And we hear this, right? Why do we have to tell someone what time do you wake up for ibadat? Matter of fact, if someone asks you, I see you in morning Jamat Khana every day, and I know you work 5, 10, 15, 20 hours a day. How do you do it? Your answer should always be most humble. Someone asked me one day, and this was my answer, okay? હા હું જમાતખાના માટે ઉઠવું જરૂર છું પછી જમાતખાને જઈને સુઈ જાઉં છું. Or you can say, yeah, I try my best, but I cannot do it every day. Sometimes I do not wake up. Try not to show or talk about your good deeds, your khidmat, your ibadat, your hazri in Jamat Khana. Don't talk about that. Because your hard work gets ruined just because you showed off. It's not good for our soul. So whatever we did in the past is okay, forget it. Going forward, try to stay humble. Humility is the key to success. And look at the Imam's example. He uses word, it's so hard for us to even listen. That I am here, I have nothing better in my life than serve my Jamat. You see, humility. Ji.
Sir, that example you gave about the moon and the sun, similar thing happened a few weeks ago when our queen passed away. And we have a greed association here. And one of the chairmen one day came to talk to me for some other business. And then he asked me, who are you and everything. And he wanted to know who. He says, who is the Aga Khan? Is this the house, the racecourse owner or the racehorse owner and everything? So, I explained to him. Last week when the queen passed away, he came to me and he says, I suppose your imam, whom you consider God, cannot come to the church, can he? Because he didn't come for the funeral. I said, can I just ask you one question? When the invitation was sent to him, what would the invitation would say? I mean, would it be addressed to? And he said, of course, they would invite him politely to His Highness the Aga Khan. I said, there you are. But he is, to you, he's His Highness the Aga Khan. But to me, he's Shah Karim al-Husseini, my Imam, my Lord. You see, there is a difference between what you think of him and what I think of him. He can come to the church if he wants to, if you invite him as His Highness the Aga Khan. There's nothing wrong with it. But I look at him in a different way. And he was, he was ashamed for us making that comment to me. But, I had to give him a reason, okay, what we think of our Mullah and what you people think. He straight away said, oh, the horse course owner. He wins so many derbies. I said, that's not his only thing.
So looks like I did not answer the other half of the question. So my apology, because she had asked the question of the Imam and the Nurani family members. So I'm going to give you two answers for the Nurani family. One, same question. When you say Nurani family, how do you see Nurani family? So that has hidden your answer. How do you see Nurani family? If you see the Nurani family as progressing to complete the Nur, then yes. If you see them have completed the Nur, then there is no need. How do you see it? See, the question always should be, how do you see it? Not that they should or should not, because we cannot judge others. We cannot even judge our own brother and sister in the family. That is not our task, our job to judge others. But how do you see them? And when we are talking about the Imam, when we're talking about Nurani family, how do you see them? If you see them as progressing into the Nur, then yes. If you see them as a complete Nur, and therefore you call them Nurani family, then they have no reason. It depends on how you see them and what stage they are. But it is not my task nor my job to watch over them to see if they are or they are not. Because I don't even have any obligation toward my family. If they want to go to Jamat Khana, it's for their soul. If they don't want to go to Jamat Khana, it's up to them. I'm only responsible for my own soul. Ji. I don't understand this question. Can we say Shukr Mullah? What does it mean? Can we say Shukr Mullah? Can you please elaborate or explain? The person who's asking question in the chat, Shirazbag, can you check on that? Someone asked a question, can we say Shukr Mullah? For what? Can you explain, please?
I think it's not on my, what about no? Shukr Mullah, yeah.
What does it mean? Can we say Shukr Mullah? To what?
Alvin, can you please explain to Aziz Bhai? What do
I
you want
think
to know about Shukr Mola?
I think it's Qasim, isn't it? Parvin Qasim.
Parvin, yeah.
Yeah, Parvin
Parvin.
Qasim.
Parvin. Parvin? Aziz sir
Yeah.
ke čo puro to ke જાણવું હોય?
બંદગી પછી બંદગી વિંદા તને सुबह सुबह उठे ना तब बोल सकते डिड यू गेट अप तो शुक्र मौला
Yeah. Can somebody explain the question to me? I'm still not understanding.
Aziz
My
sir,
apology. I'm so sorry.
એ કે છે ને બંદગીમાં ઉઠીએ સવારે ઉઠે બંદગી ટાઈમે ત્યારે શુક્ર મોલા શુક્ર કરી શકે શુક્રાનો મોલાનો?
Of course.
Yeah. I don't think that's the question. I think she's
That is
trying
what
to
she
ask
wants
something
to-
else. Yeah.
No, she said, that's what she said, બંદગીમાં ઉઠી ત્યારે શુક્ર મોલા કરી શકે?
I think she was asking that if someone is asking whether you did go to Jamat Khana for Bangi, then can you just say Shukar Mola as your reply?
Yeah, this is
What she's
this
asking.
is what she said, બંદગીમાં ઉઠીએ.
Oh, okay. My apology. Okay, I understand the question. Yes, sure, you can say Shukar Mola. But where is the humility in Shukar Mola? Because when you say Shukar Mola, you're saying, oh yes, I have been going to Bandagi. Oh yes, Shukar Mola, I'm going to Bandagi. Remember, we were talking about humbleness. We are talking about humility. Where is the humility in that? You could definitely use that. Of course, why can't you not use that? You can use that, yes. But humility is more than that. We need to take the side of humility. Show your humbleness. Because humbleness is required for us to elevate in our ibadat. Without the humility, I mean, look at the Imam Farman, Baitul Farman. When you sit in ibadat, stay humble. You heard that Farman, right? When you sit in ibadat, stay humble.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. So yes, of course you can say that, yes. Okay, I would like, so once somebody is saying, some people, can you tell me who are those some people? If you want to ask me a question, you don't have to say some people. You can ask me a straightforward question and I will give you a straightforward answer. Otherwise, you have
that's
to
not my
tell me.
question, but it just
Go ahead.
sorry, Mafi. The previous question was not my question, but just to expand on that Shukr Mola, isn't it just like because of his mercy that I am able to wake up and go to Jamat? I mean, isn't it full of humility when
Yeah.
you say Shukr
Yeah,
Mola?
you can say that. You can say that. Yeah. Yeah, but see, so you are asking me a question. Aziz bhai, તમે સવારે જમાત ખાને જાઓ ને હું તમને કહું કે શુકર મોલા તો મેં તમને શું કીધું હા હું તો રોજ સવારે જમાત ખાને જાઉં છું શુકર મોલા, right? There's nothing wrong with that answer. लेकिन अब ये બીજી બાજુ વિચારો ક્યાં યાર હું તો આખો દિવસ સૂતો રહું છું જમાત ખાને જવાતું જ નથી ને જમાત ખાને જાઉં બી છું તો જમાત ખાનામાં જઈને સૂઈ જાઉં છું. Do you see the difference between those two answers? One, you took the credit. The other one, you did not take the credit. You see that? There's
Yeah,
a different how you answer. Always take the side of humility. G. So somebody was asking about some people. Who are those some people? Tell me first. Or you can ask me a direct question. I'll be happy to answer it. G. Any other comments, question? Okay, so Moise is asking that Galpatna Dodama Sant Katan બાંધે છે. તો એનો શું મતલબ છે ને એની શું તાવીલ છે? ઓકે, બધાથી પહેલા હું ઈમાનદારીથી તમને જવાબ દઉં કે મેં આજ તક પોતાની, હું તકરીબન યંગ મેન છું, તમે જોઈ શકો છો મારી ઉંમર કેટલી મોટી છે. મેં આજ તક ક્યારે ગલપાટનો ધાગો લીધો નથી, તો મને ખબર નથી કે ગલપાટના ધાગામાં કેટલા ગાંઠ હોય છે, મને નથી ખબર. I'll take your word for it કે there are 7 knots in Galpat Daga. Okay? 7 is a very important number in our tariqa. For example, the world was created in 7 days. 6 days of Natikin and 1 day of Qiyamah. 7 day is also of Satara. If you want to change your habit, if you wanted to get well of a disease, if you wanted to get well from the laziness, do 7 days of Satara, of exercise, of walking, or coming to Jamat Khana. 7 days plays a very, very important role in our tariqa. But on top of that, there are 7 Hudud-e-Din, hierarchy of religion under the Imam. 7 ranks under the Imam. And those are Mustajib, Mazun-e-Medud, Mazun-e-Mutallaq, Da'i-e-Medud, Da'i-e-Mutallaq, Hujjat, and Hujjat-e-Azam. 7 ranks under the Imam. And that could be one of the reasons that we are saying that with the Niyaz Daga, may Mola take me from the bottom where I am struggling all the way to him and his mercy. And Imam's number is number 8. Mola Ali, Imam-e-Asas number is number 9. And Natik is number 10. The Nafse-Kul is number 11. And Akle-Kul is number 12. So there could be one of the reasons for the Niyaz Daga having 7 knots. If I'm not correct in my answer, then my apology upfront, as I have never in my life have taken the Niyaz Daga. So I would not know because I have not seen it, I have not counted it. Ji.
Yeah, Ali Madad, sir.
Ya Ali Madad.
I just wanted to give one comment that I don't know, you've been working so hard to teaching us in the morning. I hear you every Saturday, Sunday to 2 hours. At afternoon you're doing. You're working so hard. You have to study all this, and then you have to teach, tell us things. You're working so hard to do these things. My God, I don't think anybody can do this much hard work, or you doing it.
I beg to differ. I beg to differ. You know how many hours are in 24 hours?
Yeah,
24 hours. And how many how many hours did you count it? 1 hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours every morning at Saturday.
You see how lazy I am. I still have 22 more hours when I don't do anything.
You must be studying in that time. I don't think you can just sit down. You must be studying, because if you want to, if you have to teach everybody, if everybody has to do anything, they have to learn first. They have to read first. They have to learn, and for answer to learn. Then you can get it. So that you must be doing all these things for that many hours. So you're not lazy, but you're working really hard for us.
No, I'm not doing any of that. But thank you for your comment. I wish I could do all of that.
You're doing that. Thank you very much. Thanks.
Ya Ali Madad Aziz pa.
Ya Ali Madad.
कोई क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा, कच्छी में बोला
બોલો
સલમા
બોલો
ભાઈ આવ્યા.
બિલકુલ absolutely
કે પૂછ્યું એને કોઈ લોકો કે આમ નારિયા ગટપચા દોરા અને સાથે એ લોકો કાળો દોરો બી પહેરેતા બ્લેક કલર જો કોઈ કે તો આ કોઈ લેડી કે ખાને में पूछी हुई long this is long time ago કે why you are wearing on your wrist black દોરો એ જે બસ પૂરો નજર ના લગે ને એટલે પહેરાતી. So, oh, okay. So then she said કે કાળો દોરો હોય ને નજરથી બચાવીને બીજો કે પાંકે સારો ના રહેનો હોય ને તો કાળો દોરો કોઈ પાંકે બનાવી દે ને અને પા પહેરજે જે ગટપાચો દોરો પા પહેરેતા heritage. Oh, okay. So just wanted to ask you.
yeah
You know.
so like I said I have no experience in doro dago I have no experience you know so I don't know how to comment on this because I have no experience I have never taken a doro in my life so I have no idea if she thinks that if she believes that then good for her you know because remember sometimes it is only that belief that take you from one side to the other side if that is her belief then so be it and we are okay with that okay Ji.
Richard, કોનો ટીવી ઓન છે? કોઈનો ટીવી ઓન છે પ્લીઝ? Whose TV is on? સલમા, તો જો ટીવી ઓન હે સલમા?
slow પણ ever
યાલી મદદ
Yali
મિસ્ટર સાહેબ યાલી મદદ
Madad.
મિસ્ટર સાહેબ એક જ્ઞાનમાં છે ને બધા ઘણા જ્ઞાનોમાં છે સોરી કે ઈ પંથ ખંડા કેરીધાર તો શું ઈ બંદગીના ટાઈમ પર ઉઠવા માટેની કહેવામાં આવ્યું છે કે ખાલી ઇસ્માઇલી ધર્મમાં આવવા માટેનું છે?
પહેલે તો મને જ્ઞાનનો મતલબ સમજાવો.
જ્ઞાનમાં છે કે હી પંથ ખંડા કેરીધાર
એનો
મતલબ
શું?
આ પંથ અને ઇસ્માઇલી પંથ આપણો ખંડાની તલવારની ધાર બરાબર છે.
Okay.
તો ઈ મને જરા પૂછવું છે કે ઈ ખાસ આપણી ઇબાદત બંદગીના ટાઈમ માટેનું છે કે આપણો પૂરા ઇસ્માઇલી ધર્મ માટેનું જ છે?
પૂરા ઇસ્માઇલી ધર્મ માટેનું છે ને શું કે આપણે આપણો ધર્મ ને પાળવો એવું છે કે જેવું તલવારની ધાર માથે ચાલવું yani કે બહુ મુશ્કેલ છે અધર વર્ડ ઈ કહેવામાં કે આપણો મતલબ છે ને બહુ મુશ્કેલ છે હે ને શું કામે કે આપણા મતલબમાં અક્કલ અને ઈમાનની બહુ જરૂર પડે ઈમાન કાચો હોય તો બી ના ચાલે ને અક્કલ yani કે ઇલ્મ ના હોય તો બી ના ચાલે તો આપણને બહુ સંભાળીને ચાલવું પડે છે yani કે આપણા મતલબમાં કોઈ ઓકસ પોકસ નથી કે જે મરજી આવે ચલાવતા રહીએ રાઈટ
સહી છે સહી અચ્છા 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 હા ઈ તો મતલબ તારા રાણી ને એના હસબન્ડે કીધું તું ને કે તને આવું છે તો આવ પણ ખંડાની ધાર છે. હા 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 સહી છે પણ મને બંદગીનું બી એમ હતું કે કદાચ બંદગીને હિસાબે કહેવામાં આવ્યું હોય.
લેકિન આ ડરાવવા માટે નથી આ સમજાવવા માટે છે.
હા 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 સહી છે
જી
ચાલ થેન્ક યુ યાલી મદદ.
Yeah, Yali Madad. So should we stop here? We are right at 1:30. Oh, there's somebody has a hand raised. Go ahead, please.
Yali Madad, it's Zulobia.
Hello, Yali Madad.
I was wondering where were you?
Very nice. Why, Shukr. Thank you. About Nandi, I got two questions.
Ji.
First question is that I heard previously, I can't remember where exactly, that you buy Nandi, you should bring it straight home. No, not stop at someone else's way, someone else's house on the way. Is it true that you're bringing barakat in the house when you buy Nandi? Okay.
We just talked about, right? Our religion is not a religion of hocus pocus. Doesn't that sound like hocus pocus to you? Right? You know, માણસોને કઈ ખબર ના હોય, પોતાની સમયથી બસ બોલતા હોય, right? Do you find any logic in that? Tell me that. I'm going to ask you that question. We are educated, we are very literate, we are very ilmi Jamat, right? Do you find any logic in that question? Tell me that. If your answer is no, then we can let that question go. All right?
Okay.
So what's your
All right.
second question?
I'll let it go then.
Aziz, can I ask you a question?
Hold on, let her finish.
Sorry,
Go
yeah,
ahead.
sorry,
Go
Zulabia,
ahead.
sorry, yeah.
Go ahead, Zulabia.
Second question is that you said Nandi is sawab, and you're paying the Nandi money as a sawab, right?
It's your qurbani that you are giving as the money, and the Nandi that you receive. I don't even want to use the word buy Nandi. We cannot buy Nandi because we don't have enough money in the world to buy Nandi. So when we take the Nandi as a sawab, and we give the qurbani in return as the money, and that's your qurbani, and that is your sawab. So Nandi is free. You cannot buy it. Ji.
Okay, is it okay for the Mukhi Sahib or someone to offer a plate from the Nandi part to a guest who came from out of town and came to Jamat Khana?
Okay, so let me try to understand this question correctly. Mukhi Sahib, just pick up the plate from the pot and just give to somebody. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
Without going through the Nandi process. Is
Correct.
that what you're saying? All right. So I would answer it this way. Mukhi Sahib is the Amar in the Jamat Khana. He can do whatever he wants. I have no objection. There is no right and there is no wrong in this instant. Because Mukhi Sahib has the complete Amar to do how and what he wish inside the Jamat Khana. That is the position of the Mukhi. So let's turn this question to Mola Bapa, okay? So let's say Mola Bapa appears in your Jamat Khana today, and he goes straight to the big oval sufro Nandi on the part. And he calls the volunteer and says, take this, and you see that beggar sitting outside, homeless, go and give him that Nandi. Would you have that question, what you just asked right now? If your answer is no, then your other question is not right to ask, because Imam has given Amar to the Mukhi Sahib. So Mukhi Sahib's action is the action of the Imam in the Jamat Khana. And this is a very serious answer to that question, because sometimes we do not see Mukhi Sahib as the Amar of the Imam in Jamat Khana. Ji.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Ji.
Okay, Aziz sir, my question is not, it's nearly same as Zulabia's question. Like when we go to Khane, on our way back from Khane, if I want to stop in a shop like to buy milk or anything, my husband says, no, we have to go home first. We can't leave Khana's barakat, there. Is that true? He brings me home back, and then we go to the shop.
So,
Khana ji barakat
so-
na gini Nikki dad.
yeah. So let me answer you in the same manner.
Yeah.
Does that make any logic to you?
No.
That's your answer.
No.
Remember, our tariqa is not hocus pocus.
He's
Right?
listening. Good.
So
good
there
job.
is no, right? So there is no logic in this question, nor there is no. But if this is what he believes, you should not define him for that. This is his belief, so be it. So be it. Remember, everyone has their own belief, and that belief runs there, them. The belief takes them from point A to point B. We should not interfere with other person's belief. If this is what he believes, then absolutely let him believe that. There is no reason to fight. Logically, you are right. In the belief, he is right. And there can be two rights. That's not a problem. We are not shortage of right. In belief, he is right. In logic, you are right. And you are both right in your own places. In respect to you, you are right. Respect to him, he is right. There's nothing wrong with it.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Very nicely explained. Thank you.
Thank you. Gee, I see someone else has a hand raised. Go ahead.
Aziz bhai, Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Nice to hear from you, and the way you actually explain, like you rightly said just now, logic and belief both can be right, and it's very interesting. My question really is that with all the discussion that takes place here, I don't see many youth on here, though there are some, not that many. How do you see the youth being able to articulate, or how can we articulate to the youth? It's a two-way process, right? Because they've got beliefs as well. It's not that our children do not have iman, and they do certain things in their own way. But how do we actually articulate these kinds of concepts so that children can, and I when I say children really, is I mean even young parents as well, can then translate that into their own life and practice the tariqah in the manner that you are explaining?
Very great concern, and that is a worry sometime. So I would always say, and I do teach to a lot of young in our city here in Dallas. There are a lot of young parents, young couple, not even have any children, and then there are some religious teachers that I teach here. I think, and this is just my humble opinion, that as the elders of the Jamat, grandparents, and the elder parents has the first duty to learn and understand and then live by the example. Then you transfer that feeling to your elder children, and then they can transfer that into their younger brother and sister, and if they are married, to husband and wife, and then to their children. If you are a REC teacher, if you have a job of teaching the teachers in the Jamat Khana, or in the night school, or in the mission classes, or online, then it is up to you, and it is important for you, according to Imam's Farman, to have a complete knowledge. Don't teach without having complete knowledge. Because when you try to teach something, and when you don't know something, you should be humble enough to admit and say, I don't know anything about this. And it is okay to say that I do not know anything about this. Like for my example, look at my poorness. When the lady asked me about Ginan, I had no idea what she was saying. So I asked her humbly, please explain the Ginan to me first, so I can give her the correct answer. if we all combinedly do this, that we learn, and we learn, and then whenever we don't know something, be humble and ask, teach me. And you can teach me as much as I can teach you. And when we learn together from each other, then we have a complete knowledge, and then we can give to our young couples, and then inshallah they can transfer that ilm and the feeling to their younger ones. And that's how we do it, systematically. And remember, our youngster, they will never listen to anything that does not make logic. The logic has to be there if you are going to teach your young ones. Logic, inshallah. Thank you. Ji. All right. I have repeated. Let me take this comment over here. My Mafi. I wanted to repeat this third or the fourth time again. Do not use word buy, purchase for Nandi, please. After explaining that 2, 3, 4 times, I'm feeling that maybe my words are not getting through. Gujarati માં કહું કે નાંદી માટે ખરીદવું, બાય કરવું, એ વર્ડ સહી નથી. આપણે નાંદી લે છે અને પૈસા કુરબાનીની જેમ દે છે. We do not buy Nandi. We take Nandi and we give money as a kurbani. So use their proper term. Don't use the word buy or purchase for the Nandi, because that is not correct for Nandi. So now you ask a question, and this is a good question. So I have to say it is a good question, and I'm going to answer it. You said, when we take the Nandi, can we use the Nandi and can we give this to non-Ismaili? May it be friend or otherwise? I'm going to give you a logical answer. Logical answer, okay? Let's say you take the Nandi. I'm going to use example Kukupaka. You take the Nandi, you realize that it has so much salt and you have a high blood pressure, you cannot eat that Nandi. You have a high blood pressure. But your neighbor is a Hindu and they love Kukupaka. Now tell me logically, you have two choices: throw away in garbage, in trash, or give to your neighbor. What is your logical answer? Of course, you will share with your neighbor, right? I'm telling you, you use logic, you always will come out ahead. Always. So in Pakistan, India, in Africa, આપણે અગર ગોલા હોય કામ કરવા વાળા, રાઈટ? આપણે ઘરે કામ કરતા હોય, આપણે ખાતા હોય તો આપણે એના સાથે બી શેર કરીએ ને આપણું ખાવાનું. એમાં નાંદી બી હોય. So what is wrong with the sharing our food, our blessing with our servant, our neighbor who are not Ismaili? What is wrong with that? The logic tells us that humanity shows us the human always share. And logically, you're supposed to share. There is nowhere, anywhere in return that you cannot share food with other human, may they be Ismaili, non-Ismaili, Muslim, non-Muslim, Hindu, Gola hoy ke Kala hoy ke Safed hoy. શું ફરક પડે છે? Good question, by the way. Thank you. G. And thank you for correcting. Thank you so much. That shows me that you are humble enough to change your statement to get Nandi. I appreciate that. that touches my heart. G. Someone has hand raised.
I just want to, I just believe to bring Nandi at home, give you barakat in the house. Bring the barakat in the house. Is that true?
Absolutely. Yeah. Remember, you cannot challenge someone's belief. Yeah. Iman, your belief is the belief, and that is perfectly okay. G.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. G. Ali Khan, did you want to say something?
Yali Madat Aziz Bhai, Yali Madat, everybody on the chat.
Yali Madat.
What is your observation regarding how the dress code has changed coming to Khana as we move into the future? You know, the way men and women dress, sometimes provocative, sometimes you know, sometimes you're as I've been to many different Jamat Khanas. In fact, I came to a Jamat Khana in Dallas, the Plano Jamat Khana. I was wearing jeans, and I got told off. You know, you shouldn't be, by an older guy. You should not be wearing jeans. You know, you should.
Okay.
What do you think? What is your observation on this?
Yes. So Ali Khan, first of all, my apology from that member of my Jamat Khana, because I go to Plano Jamat Khana. I truly apologize on his behalf.
It's a super Jamat Khana.
Yes, I love that Jamat Khana. Yes. Okay. So one is my observation and one is my opinion. My observation is that sometimes parents, so first I'm going to put this on parents' shoulder, that parents did not guide and teach the children correctly from the childhood, from the get-go, from the beginning. So I can only, like I said, one is my observation and one is my opinion. So in my home, we had a code of conduct. So I would tell my children, they cannot go to Jamat Khana without proper attire. It does not have to be expensive attire, okay? Just proper attire. And of course, as a children, I have to tell them what is proper attire. And by example, I have to teach them, right? By example, I have to teach them. I say, at least have collar shirt, meaning no t-shirt. Like this, you cannot go to Jamat Khana. This is not the attire for Jamat Khana. A respectful collar shirt. It can be a $1 shirt as long as it is clean and decent. Second, there cannot be writing on your shirt or t-shirt or whatever you are wearing. Meaning, you don't go to Jamat Khana to advertise. Don't take the Nikes, polos. Sometimes people don't think there's the beer and wine and whiskey or the Coca-Cola or the Pepsi advertisement on your shirt, because your Jamat Khana is not the place you wanted to advertise. So what is the proper simple clothing is the way to go. Just simple shirt, a simple pant. Wearing a jeans, there is nothing wrong as long as a clean jeans is a clean pant. Clean jeans is much better than a short. And you see people coming to Jamat Khana in shorts. Our children had never, even as a child, they would not go to Jamat Khana without a shirt and a pant. Now the pant can be of whatever of their choosing, clean and proper. No torn off jeans, no fade out jeans, no dirty shirt, or no advertisement. And so we taught them simple code of conduct to go to Jamaat Khana. That's how we were taught. Now, on top of that, I would tell my children, and this is again my opinion, okay? And it doesn't mean anything. You follow your own code of conduct. I would tell my children, if you have a choice of wearing a dress pant, wear a dress pant instead of a jeans. And they will ask me, Dad, why? I said, if today was your interview, you were looking for a job and you were going for an interview, would you wear a jeans to interview or would you wear your best clothes? Remember, in Jamaat Khana, we believe the Imam is always present. How would you go? You know, Shiraz Baba was just telling us about the coin. Did you see anyone coming in a jeans? Maybe there were a couple of people in jeans, but that was not respectful, right? But if this is what they wanted to wear, okay, I have no objection of that. But the proper attire to go into the king and queen's places is suit and tie, right? That's the proper attire. We are going to Imam's home, the home of the king of the king. What attire would we wear? Now, wearing a jeans is not a wrong thing to do. Now, there was a hidden question within your question, that our clothing is getting stream and stream and stream. Again, that is my observation, my opinion. Again, on the shoulder of the parents. Jamaat Khana is not a fashion show. Jamaat Khana is not a red carpet, runaway floor. Jamaat Khana is the place of ibadat. Wear the clothes which will make you and people around you comfortable. Someone was telling me, and I hate that language, someone. Only reason I'm using the word someone, because you may know that person who was telling me, and I do not want it to backbite on anyone. She was telling me that she had bought $1,500 dress for Khushali. Honestly, my heart was saddened by that. You know how much you can do with $1,800 in poor countries? How much help you can give to a smiley children for education, for the food? The dress you will never wear again. That $1,800 dress, you will never wear but one single time. You think you made your Imam happy? Because you were supposed to go to Jamaat Khana to make your Imam happy. You think Imam was happy with you that day? That you wasted $1,800 on a dress which you will wear one time only? That is not a correct thing. Shameful clothing. Okay? For the men, shorts, t-shirt. For the woman, open dresses. You can wear nice, lot of fancy dresses, but it doesn't have to be open dresses. Respectful, decent clothing. If you just take their code of conduct, respectful, simple dressing. That's it. Jamaat Khana is not a place to show off your body or to show off your money or show off your clothes. It's not a fashion show. It's a place of ibadat. So that is my observation. Sometimes it is getting extreme. My opinion is when we teach them, we should not criticize them. I would never go to any woman or any man. And if you come to Plano Jamaat Khana next time, I will not criticize you for wearing a jeans. If you are wearing something, let's say there was a hole in your jeans, I will respectfully come and tell you that what is the code of conduct of attire in the Jamaat Khana. That's all. I will leave it to that. because it is your choice. It is your soul. It is your heart, your iman. It should not bother me, because when I go to Jamaat Khana, I'm going for my soul between me and my Mola, and that's it. I really does not matter to me who's wearing what in Jamaat Khana. It really doesn't matter to me. Normally, I don't even pay attention to it. You would have come to my Jamaat Khana and showed, I would not have noticed you. I would not have said anything to you. Gee. Good discussion, by the way. Yeah.
Ali Khan would never wear torn jeans. I know.
Right.
I've not seen you in a torn jeans. Ali Khan.
Do I know you, Ali Khan? Do I know you from somewhere?
I don't know. When it hailed in McKinney, I was there to fix the cars that were damaged by hailstones. I was I traveled the world doing that, but I was in Dallas for 9 months.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Inshallah, maybe next time I will make sure. I will wear a pair of torn jeans, and then you can come up to me.
Next time you are in
We
Dallas,
would never wear that.
yeah. Next time you are in Dallas, ping me. I will
will.
take you for a chai or a dinner, and we
Okay.
can sit and talk. Inshallah.
Inshallah, for sure.
All right, Farida Bhai, what is the plan for the night? Should we stop
તમે
here?
થાક્યા હશો. હા, બસ તમે થાક્યા હશો. Thank you so much, Aziz bhai. Thank you so much for your time and giving us all this beautiful knowledge. મોલા તમને સુખી સલામત અને આબાદ રાખે.
Ameen.
બધા અઝીઝ ભાઈ, સોરી, કેટલા બચ્ચા છે તમારા?
તન બચ્ચા છે.
માશાઅલ્લાહ. મોલા એ લોકોને
મારા પાછળ અહીંયા છે ને, મોટી છોકરી છે, વચમાં છોકરો છે ને નાની છોકરી છે.
વાહ, હા. માશાઅલ્લાહ. મોલા એ લોકોને હકીકતી સમજ આપે, સુખી સલામત અને આબાદ રાખે. તમારી સેવાનો બદલો મોલા તમારા બચ્ચાને બંને જહાનમાં બક્ષે. તમને તંદુરસ્તી આપે, કોઈની મોથાજી ના આપે, ધર્મ અને ઇબાદતમાં આવીતા જ તમને આગળ લઈ આવે, તમારી રોજી કમાણીમાં બરકત આપે, બધી મુશ્કેલો મોલા આસાન કરે. ફેમિલીમાં કોઈ પણ બીમાર હોય, તકલીફમાં હોય, મુશ્કેલમાં હોય, મૂંઝવણમાં હોય, મોલા લોકોની બધાની કુલ મુશ્કેલ આસાન કરે. બચ્ચાઓને બધાને ભણી ગણીને હોશિયાર બનાવે, હકીકતી સમજ આપે. હંમેશા અમારી વસ્તુ. Thank you so much. I don't know how to thank you.
No need. Just pray for me. That is good enough.
Yeah,
I need your
always.
prayers. Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll see you next Saturday, inshallah. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Inshallah.
Thank you, sir. Yali Madad. તમારી બુક જ્યારે પબ્લિશ થાય તેને એક કોપી મને વાંચી આપજો પ્લીઝ.
બહુ મોંઘી હશે, પાઉન્ડ ના અંદર તો બહુ મોંઘી હશે.
વાંધો નહીં. It will be a pleasure to buy it from you.
Yeah. Then I know he wanted to buy so he can start using it. Number 1, number 2, number 9,000.
Sir, you read my mind, sir. You read my mind.
You will never find Shiraz Bhai in Jamat Khana anymore.
No,
Shiraz Bhai Suthi. Kaise Shiraz Bhai Suthi ke 1 minute ubari ho. Excuse number 679.
Thank you, sir. Very happy today. Very nice. And you look forward.
Nice. Very બહુ મજા આવી.
Okay, સારું. યાલી મદદ બધાને.
Yali Madad, everybody. We'll see you tomorrow.
Tomorrow morning. Tomorrow afternoon your time. Yes.
Tomorrow after.
Remember 1 hour change tomorrow for us.
I'll have to use.
હવે પાછો પહેલાનો ટાઈમ થઈ ગયો ને હવે.
Yes.
પાછો કાલ તમારો આજે ચેન્જ થાય છે ને ટાઈમ.
જી.
એટલે હવે 3 થઈ ગયા ને હવે ને.
Yes. So it will be 9 o'clock my time, 3 o'clock your time tomorrow.
હવે ચાલ. હા, અચ્છા.
I have to use one reason tomorrow, sir, but I cannot tell you. You have to put it in that one page. Because tomorrow is something we have to attend, but I can't tell you that why.
You see, if I publish that book, Shiraz Bhai will be the first buyer and most user of my book.
Thank you, Yali Madad. Everybody, good night. Inshallah, we'll see you. Farida Bhai, dua de dina. Amin. Same. Reciprocate. Yali Madad.
Thank you.
Yali Madad.
Yali Madad.
Allah Ali Madad Bhai.
Madad Khuda Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Allah keep you all safe and in ibadat and do your seva. Mola kabul kare. Amin.
Yali Madad.
Shukran Mola. Alhamdulillah. Shukran.
Yali Madad. Thank you so
Yali
much.
Madad.
Syukurullah, walhamdulillah. Syukurullah.
हाँ
हेलो كيف دواء आंखें भी सुनूं ना मैं भी नहीं खाया भूख लगी है
हाँ हाँ